Hello ladies and gentlemen, Safehouse here, and with the downfall of AK after the changes, Castrum has become the new king of the speedrun. It is now the most efficient way to grind out those philo-tomes and get your Dark Light gear, so I'm going to show you how to do it the best way possible to smash out those runs in under 30 minutes. So, firstly, you get into the dungeon, you grab those first two sets of mobs in front of you. I think there's about 6 mobs there, just AoE them down, you have to kill them, and then you have to go and just interact with those two things that we've already done now. You just saw the cut screen there. As you can see, our tank that we have pugged has left. The rest of us are a full pre-made. We just pugged the one tank and he left straight away. So we decided we're going to continue 7-man and try and get a tank along the way, which we do a little bit later. So I'll skip to the end of us killing these guys. Now they are down, it's time to do some avoiding. I will be just doing a little bit of skipping through the mobs on that. I'm not going to be showing you the bosses just because the bosses are really easy throughout this dungeon. All you need to do, I'll probably give you a bit of a rundown on the first one, just so it's pretty much the same for all the bosses. You sleep all the ads, get your off tank to gather them, sleep them, and just focus on the boss the whole time. It's the easiest way to do it, as long as your group's got a bit of gear, which you should have if you're doing speed runs anyway, so you should be fine. But I'll show you the first boss anyway. We do it 7-man, and then you'll get the idea from there. Sleep the ads, kill the main boss. But now, so as you can see, you just need to wait for that guy. He kind of wanders around a little bit. When he gets to the point where he is right now, he's the furthest away and you can sneak past him. Just hug the wall as hard as you can. You can cross over here, is probably the best spot. You can go all the way down the left side, but we found it easier to go down the right side. It's just a little bit further away from the mobs, so just continue hugging, jump over the rocks, and you're good to go. I was actually pretty surprised when I was first shown the speedrun at how much stuff you can actually skip. So watching this video and learning it really well is going to just like save you so much time, so watch it all the way to the end because there is a lot of stuff you can skip, and using those cannons to kill mobs. So even these guys, okay, you can run behind them, but as you can see, someone in our group has accidentally aggroed them, so we have to kill them. If your whole party just runs behind them like we were doing initially, you can get past them without aggroing them or having to kill them, so that adds a little bit of time to our run. It is bound to happen though, so don't get too worried about it. You can just let the one person die who has aggroed the mobs and then just res them back up. That also works. I'll just skip to the end of us killing these. With those down, we're going to start the first boss. He's pretty chilled. I'm just going to show you him and only him just because it'll give you an idea of how to do the speedrun properly. And this video would just be way too long if I went through and explained all the bosses and that as well. If you're doing a speedrun, you're going to know how to do the bosses. It's pretty laid back. So as you can see, we're 7-manning it, so it's not too difficult. We get a tank, I think, just as the fight ends. But if you don't believe your group is geared enough, you can kill the ads. It's not going to add that much extra time onto the run. Just AoE them down. It's not going to be too difficult, so you can just see the ads spawning in the background now. Usually you're going to have a tank running around, your off tank running around, picking up all those ads, dragging them pretty much to where the boss is, or just a little bit off to the side, and getting your casters to sleep those mobs. And then just obviously not using any AoEs or anything because that's going to wake them back up. But I believe some of them are asleep now, and we've just got a couple more to put to sleep, and there you go. So they're all asleep now. We just keep damaging the boss. It's the best way to do it. Same thing happens again. More ads spawn. We sleep them. We continue fighting the boss. In a couple of the fights, boss fights, you're going to get a big ad come in. Get your tank, your off tank to grab them all. Sleep the little ones and then just kite around the big one, so it's not damaging your party or having any impact at all really, so everyone else can just focus on the boss. So I'm not going to worry about showing you guys getting this down. I'm just going to skip up to where we start running off. So we've finished the boss and gone down the disposal chute. Now, this is just us running around the outside. That mob that you can see on your left there, if he is a little bit close, you're going to have to wait for him to walk off again. Otherwise, just run along the edge there, hug the edge, and you'll be fine. You do have to kill these mobs, so I'll just skip over this because you need to get that searchlight terminal down. Now they are down, you should continue running along the edge. This mob you can just see up here, you just need to grab him, pull him back to where you are to keep out of the spotlights is the best way to do it. He drops his key that you need, so I'll just skip to the end of him. I am trying to keep this as short as possible for you guys, but there is just a lot of stuff to include. So after him, just go around, hug the right. You can walk behind these guys, so you can skip them as well. There's a treasure coffer there that you can grab. I've just jumped over it, but someone else will grab it. You need to aggro these mobs up here and drag them back, so because there's a little wandering mob just walking around, and you'll aggro him otherwise eventually. So you just drag it down, you see where our tank goes. Once you have seen the positioning, I will skip up to where these mobs are dead and showing you how to sneak up and get that unstable paneling on the left. You have to kill the guys on the right, but the one on the left I will show you how to do. Now those mobs are down, you need to keep your eye on Riziki. I move the camera so you can see him. He's actually moving behind the mobs. He says you need to be patient, and they do turn around and stuff a little bit, so you need to make sure you're in the correct position to get it done. So just have one person over there who knows what they're doing. You can see that Magic Tech Reaper moving around now. So one person who knows what they're doing, do that. The rest of your party, kill off this side and get this right side. Otherwise, it just saves a lot of time. You have to do one side. So I'll skip up to us having interacted with both of these unstable panels. Now that's done, it's time to move on to the second boss fight. So pretty much just run out of that area, keep to the right, jump up over these rocks. You can get behind these mobs. It's quite surprising how many mobs you can get really close to and run behind and they can't tell. So you see, just skipping the cutscene there. It's a bit annoying. They should have an option to be able to skip all cutscenes, I think. But yeah, you see, just behind there. And I'll skip to when this boss is down. With the second boss down, Sid is leading us into a couple more battles. So, you want to grab these first bunch of purple mobs. You want to grab the next bunch of yellow mobs. Your tanks want to grab those two, obviously. And you want your DPSs to hit sprint about here and just run straight to these cannons, jump straight on, and just start firing like I am right now. It just destroys these mobs so quickly. Now, from here, you want to grab the next set of mobs, which are just off to the left. There's also another set of mobs a little bit further down, which you'll see in a second. And there's also one large mob that's a little bit further down you want to drag back and shoot with the cannons as well. So I'll skip up to after having the big guy killed and just run down that path to the left there. Now, you actually want to aggro these mobs straight in front. It's just our tanks haven't actually done this speedrun before, so we're just kind of telling them along the way. But you do need to grab these guys, so just get your tanks to grab them on the way past and just continue running on. So you don't want to kill them just yet. Our tank's going to grab them, we're going to keep running. But we just get up here a bit, we're going to wait for them. One tank can grab both sets of mobs, or one can grab one can grab the other. It's not a huge deal. The mobs move pretty quickly, so make sure you tanks who are grabbing them, make sure you hit the sprint, so you've got a bit of a head start on these guys, because they did change it so they move a bit quicker. Anyways, just jump on the cannons, DPSs, ASAP. Tanks just keep the mobs in range there. You can see, yeah, it's about there. That's a good spot where they have it right now. So I'm just going to skip up to after the next boss, which is just down around the corner there. With the third boss down, you're just going to want to hit return, because it's the fastest way to get to your next location. Then you just got to run up to those cannons, DPSs, and we're going to get the tanks to grab some extra mobs. I will just show you how to get to the location that you need to get to next, so just continue watching here. As you may notice, I have my Garuda Lance at last. I had to get Garuda down 27 times. That's 27 successful runs. It wasn't easy. I actually have a video that I'm going to bring out, which is how to get Garuda down with first person view on. That's how many times I did it. It wasn't fun, but anyway, tanks, go to your left here. There is two. If you've done the run before, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Just down there through those gates, you can bypass that big dude. You go in, there's two kind of towers off to your left that you need to kill the mobs on. You want all your DPSs to come to where I am now. Tanks, go grab one set of mobs each and just run straight back here. Don't aggro anything else, just the stuff on top of the two towers. Drag it all the way back to here and we'll just kill it with the cannons. So I'll just skip up to when we're killing the stuff with the cannons. With all that stuff dead, now you can move into the final room where you can get on that boss and finish off this run. As you can see, we've almost been 30 minutes now. That's because we had a wipe in one of the fights. Just people haven't done the run so many times and didn't know how to do the speed run exactly right. And we aggroed a few extra mobs and stuff, just the same thing. You saw it at the start. But, as you can see, you can just run behind that boss there. You get up here, there's no mobs obviously because we've just killed them. Activate these searchlight terminals, and then just continue on as you would. I'll just quickly skip up to show you that you can avoid these two big dudes down the bottom here. So we've just shot down that big ship and we're running into the main boss now. As you can see, one of our tanks has aggroed one of the Magic Tech Colossuses, and we're going to let him go down and revive him afterwards. So anyways guys, that's how you do a Castrum speedrun. I hope this helped you out. It should save you a lot of time. So good luck getting those Dark Light gear and those Philo tomes. See you later. Thank you very much for watching, and if this video helped you out or you just enjoyed it, please smack that like button, or you can also subscribe to my channel for more videos similar to this one. Thanks guys.